ice. What made you want to do that?
Well, first of all, Bobby and I have known each other throughout for a while, just throughout knowing guys in the league, and being able to meet different guys through different situations. And he's a great guy, so really friendly, and I wanted to make him feel as included in the team as possible. And through his decision on coming to our team, he reached out to me, which was something I was happy he did, and I was really pulling for him to come to our team. So when he decided to sign with us, I was fired up. I one, thought he could really help our team, and two, knew he could be a great addition to our locker room. So when I heard he was going up there by himself, I one, love going up to Arcadia Bluffs and golfing, and it's a safe way to be around the guys and do something outside. And two, I think it was a great opportunity to bond, and for Bert and Fab to get to know him and make him feel welcome and included with the team.
And secondly, just insofar as you can speak to this, what kind of conversations have you had with Steve about being a leader on this team, showing leadership? I mean, he said he does plan to name a captain before the season starts.
Well, my conversation with Steve since he's come back to the Red Wings, I've always been about being a good teammate, being someone that is a good professional, someone that's proud of being a Red Wing, and being proud of coming to the rink every day, doing it right on the ice, being in the gym, working hard. So for me, I think just buying into that, and it's not something that's hard to do. It's something that the past leaders that I've been around in this locker room have done, and something that they've done every day. So I've tried to bring that every day, and it's just being a good teammate, being someone that's consistent in your work ethic and in your approach to being a professional.
Has he told you anything about the captaincy?
No. So.
Okay. Thanks, Dylan.
Yep. Thanks.
Next question is from Brad Galley with WXYZ.
Dylan, I know you've been eager to get back on the ice in this formal setting. I know so many people are looking forward to what you guys would quantify as the next step. How would you put into words what that next step is for you individually and for this team? Yeah,
it's great. It's great to be back. Feels a little bit. It feels normal. With being with the coaches, being on the ice as a team. So, my expectations kind of, shadow what the team expectations are, and taking the next step, and not being a team that goes out there and in later parts of the season just looking to get by and look for other ways to get better and be more competitive. I think I want to be a great player in this league. I want our team to be a great team that's respected and back in the contention for the Stanley Cup every year. So I think for me, it's going out there. I have a great opportunity to grab it and make plays and be a great player for this team and help us get to that next step. And ultimately, I'm looking for the next step in my career to become one of the go-to guys on this hockey team.
What did you make of the moves that Steve made this offseason? And Sam just kind of said it a couple times that he believes young stars need to be insulated with veterans, and that was kind of Steve's message to him as well. Did you like the moves that Steve made in putting some of those vets around you guys this offseason?
Yeah, absolutely. I just think from getting on the ice with everyone the past couple of days, I know we've been skating here for a while, but we've been in separate groups with some of the guys, and different guys having to quarantine and move their families during this tough time. So these couple of days, you really get to see these players that are coming from other teams that were either in the playoffs last year or have been in the playoffs recently, and they're gamers. They're guys that play hard. They play the right way. they're really competitive and they want the puck on their stick and they want to make plays. So I think we've added a lot of skill. We've added some great vets that have been around the league and played in huge games, and I think they're going to bring that experience to us, and we're going to be a hard team to play against, and we're going to be a team that wants to play with the puck and make other teams defend.
Thanks, Dylan.
Yep. Thanks, Brad.
Our next question is from Daniela Bruce with Red Wings TV.
Hi, Dylan. This kind of plays off that final question that Brad just asked you about the depth that's been added to this team. And last year, the top line of you, Bertuzzi, and Mantha had to be broken up due to the lack of scoring. So hopefully these additions will help with that. But how much more comfortable are you playing with Bertuzzi and Mantha? And how do you believe it would impact the team if you guys are together most of the time?
You know what? Obviously, there's that familiarity with each other, and we're great friends off the ice. So we have a great relationship, and it's nice knowing your line mates on day one of camp, and especially where we're not going to play any preseason games. So the chemistry's there. We know each other's tendencies. I think both Mo and Bert have put in great work this summer to improve their games, and so have I. So but you can't win in this league with one player, one line. So kind of echoing Brad's question with the additions and other guys stepping up. We are a more complete team, I guess you could say, and we have 3 or 4 lines that can score, that can play in all situations against whoever's out there. So it helps with that, and I think some other guys can chip in, and the main message that all of us had last summer was we don't want to be in that position again. So let's take advantage of the summer the best we can with certain restrictions and everything, but let's come back next year and not put ourselves in this situation again. And I think guys have done that and really put the work in the summer to make sure that everyone has a great year personally that will ultimately help our team.
Thanks, Dylan.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Max Boltman with The Athletic.
Hey, Dylan, I wanted to ask you about the defensive side of the game. Seems like kind of when you look around the league at teams that do have runs, a lot of them, kind of have those really strong two-way centers at the top of their lineup, whether it's O'Reilly, Backstrom, Braden Point. I guess how important to you is it to be that kind of player, and how important is it for the team for you to be that kind of player?
Yeah, it's very important. I think throughout my career, something I've really worked on, and something that Blash and Dan Bylsma and many other assistant coaches have helped with throughout my career, and really focusing on whether it's O'Reilly or Bergeron. I watch a lot of just those guys that yes, they're highly skilled and can score, but they're as great defensively as anyone in the league. And for me, I guess for any young player, you want to score, you want to feel good putting the puck in the net, but in the big picture, when you buy into the team game and when you become a complete player, it helps your team win, and that's what we're all here to do. That's what I want at the end of my career, is to be known for team success. And I'm still working on it, and I still have a long way to go, but it is something that I want to take pride in and continue to work to be a 200-foot player.
It kind of seems like even of those guys, they can do it in different ways, have a defensive impact. What are the areas of your game that you've been focused on when it comes to that side of the puck?
Well, for me, I like to play fast. I think in the defensive zone, it's really trying to slow down and be in better position, have a good stick, not lose my man, get the puck, and get out of our zone with my speed and with my legs and my vision. So, it's something I've watched through video. I find when I really try and slow my thinking down and be in great position, I get the puck more, and I think good defense leads to better offense, and be in good spots, and always talking and being in good spots for our defensemen will help us break the puck out and spend more time in the offensive zone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Max.
Next question is Ted Colfin with the Detroit News.
Hey, Dylan, good to see you. Hey, you kind of alluded to it a little while ago, but how difficult was last season just mentally? I mean, you probably would never went through anything like that, just the losing, all the losing. Was it kind of tough sometimes just to come to the rink at certain points of last season?
It was hard. You know, I'd like to say it was one of the hardest years of my life, and then you had to sit at home and for 10 months and think about it, and all the things going on in the world. You know, it definitely made it worse that, you know, we couldn't have a short summer and you know, work as hard as possible, then come back in September. But you know, it gave us extra time to regroup and put in extra work and hopefully come back and not be in that position again. I know I spoke about it earlier, where for me and speaking with a lot of guys that were in town, is let's put the work in. Let's make sure what happened last year doesn't happen again on our watch. And you know, it starts now, and it started back last year in April, May, and throughout the summer.
It's still a couple weeks away, but have you thought about not playing with no fans in the stands? I mean, it seems like some of the guys at the bubble said it's up to, you know, yourself to create energy and whatnot. I mean, how weird is that going to be? And I don't know, what are you guys going to have to do in that respect?
I'm just excited to play hockey. I've thought about it a lot. I've thought about it since the pause there early March. So you know, for me, you put a puck out there, we throw the Red Wings jersey on, and you know, we're playing games. It doesn't matter where or when. You know, it's going to be there's going to be hard circumstances all year, and different things that we're used to. You know, for us, I think we can use it to an advantage, and you know, we have to be, you know, with our schedule, we're home for a couple of weeks or a week, and then we're on the road, so we can get in a groove at home, and then when we get on the road, we have to, you know, be a great road team and find a groove there on the road. So there's positive to it, but obviously it'll be a little different not having, you know, our great fans here at Little Caesars Arena. But there's only so much you can do right now, and we have to control what we can control all year, whether what's thrown at us. So we've had a great attitude about it, and we're certainly going to miss our fans, but we could use it as advantage and control how we come out and how we start games and the energy we play with.
I'm curious, the four of you at Arcadia Bluffs, who won the round? I mean, it's not an easy track at all. Who won that round?
I think Bert and I were a team, and we won one round, and Bobby and Fabs won the next day. So it was friendly fire, and we're just having a good time playing golf and one of my favorite spots in Michigan.
That's a nice course. Hey, thanks, Dylan.
Yeah, thanks, Ted.
Our last question is from Art Regner with DetroitRedWings.com.
Hi, Dylan. Happy New Year to you. I'm not trying to sound like a smart aleck here, but can you go anywhere in Metro Detroit and people not ask you about being captain of the Red Wings?
You know what? I don't. I mean, yes, I you know, I'm able to go places, and you know, it's you know, people. It's an honor anytime someone asks for a photo, or you know, just to say hello, and they're a fan or whatever it may be. So you know, I appreciate it, and obviously it's hard right now with masks and socially distanced, but no, I guess I don't have I don't know how to answer that, Art. But anyway, Happy New Year.
Yeah, well, you know, honest, I don't mean to put you on the spot. The reason I'm asking, because last year you said something interesting. The way today's game evolves, whether you wear a letter or not, there's leaders in that room, no matter if you have a C or an A. Do you still feel that way, or do you feel that maybe where the Red Wings are at this stage in the rebuild, that maybe it would be nice to have someone that has a C on their jersey, whether it's you or somebody else?
You know what? I think uh, when you come to the Detroit Red Wings, at least in my 5 years, and when I came here from Michigan and playing in Grand Rapids, you know what, the guys that have been here were all leaders and all played the right way. They lived their lives the right way. So we have lost a couple of those guys, but we've also gained some, and I think you know, any part of being an NHL player, you've been a leader at some point in your career, and you know, I see that from the new guys. I see that, you know, building and guys like Tyler Bertuzzi and Anthony Mantha and Phil Hronik, and you know, it just guys become more mature and you know, accept larger roles, and everyone carries the weight you know, differently and pulls together in the right direction. So you know, I really feel that so far the first 2 days of camp, that we're all in this together. Everyone has a great attitude. We're handling things professionally, and you know, it's hard having to wear a mask around and you know, not being able to work out together, but there's been no complaining. There's just been hard work, and guys are completely bought in, which is exciting to see, and all you can ask for as a member of a hockey team where, you know, there's a lot of history and a lot of you know, the word culture gets thrown around a lot, but there is such a you know, deep culture here where you show up to the rink every day, you do the right things, and you know, you show up to play, and you're very proud to put that jersey on, and I have a, you know, I think more so than the past couple of years, there's a great sense of that in our locker room today.
Dylan, my final question is you could sense it watching practice today, and today was my first day here, so that there seems to be a resolve. Not, you know, there wasn't much horseplay on the ice. That this team is focused. I asked Sam about it. I'm going to ask you. Can you maybe elaborate on on? You have a short period of time before you start playing actual games. That this is all business. That there's. Can you talk about the team mindset, how you're approaching this camp?
Yeah, well, everyone understands the circumstances. We got 14 days. We were allowed to practice 4 days earlier because we didn't make the playoffs, or you know, the tournament they had in the bubble. So we got to take advantage of all the time we can, and guys understand that. I do feel a sense of urgency to get to that level where you're at playing games. And unfortunately, we don't have preseason games to shake the rust off. We'll have a couple of exhibition games, but practices are everything right now. And I think with the extended break and guys being off, there was a lot of excitement to start. And, you know, I think that has carried onto the ice, and guys are dialed in and ready to do whatever it takes to get to that level that they want to feel before they hit the ice for game one.
Thank you, Dylan. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Art.
All right, thanks everyone. That's all the time we have with Dylan. I'm going to go ahead and end this session, but we'll open it back up around 1 o'clock for our next media availability. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dylan.